before we get this started, let's get something clear here. You can say whatever the hell you want, but if you had to spend 10,000 years watching Illidan work on his rippling abs in an underground prison, you'd have some issues too. So anyway, Maiev Shadowsong is most commonly known as the lady who chases after Illidan, and people like to make it into some sort of tsundere anime relationship, but she's actually pretty badass. She's the sister to Maiev Shadowsong, who was a general during ancient times in the War of the Ancients, and a pretty cool dude in his own right. But Maiev was a priestess of Elune, and had a different fate. After the War of the Ancients was won and Night Elf society exiled its magic users, Illidan Stormrage was put on trial for creating a new Well of Eternity. Now the Well of Eternity was what brought the Burning Legion there to begin with, and they had just finished fighting them off. They found him guilty of doing the thing that he made no attempt to say that he didn't, and their new druidic society had no real infrastructure yet. So Maiev volunteered to be his jailer and became the leader of the Watchers. The Watchers had just formed and took it upon themselves to hunt down and imprison criminals, mostly rogue magic users. Interesting to note, in Warcraft 3 their prisons were in the Barrow Dens underneath Mount Hyjal where they kept Illidan, but Legion introduces the Vault of the Wardens as their main maximum security prison. It's possible that Illidan was not considered a maximum security prisoner given he made no attempts to escape or cause trouble, or because his brother was Malfurion so he got the cushy prison cell. Either way, Maiev was responsible for keeping him and many other prisoners sealed away so they wouldn't cause any more harm. This lasted for 10,000 years! Until the Burning Legion returned to Azeroth during Warcraft 3. You see, Illidan helped fight them off the first time, and surely he would help the Night Elves again, so Tyrande rolled up to the prison to release him and was promptly told to go suck an egg. Tyrande's forces then killed the Watchers guarding Illidan and released him to the world. True to her belief, he did successfully help them fight off the Burning Legion. Maiev must have been at lunch break at the time, because when she found out, she was pissed. The top priestess of Elune just rolled in and released the Night Elf version of Benedict Arnold? Oh hell no. She swore to hunt him down and took most of the remaining Watchers with her. In the process, she left Tyrande for dead in a river, which given the previous slaughter, she probably felt justified in doing so. They followed him to the tomb of Sargeras, where his action caused a part of the tomb to collapse in, trapping all but Maiev. Her forces now all dead, she followed him to Outland and almost succeeded in capturing him again, but she was defeated by Illidan's allies and taken prisoner. We would not see Maiev for a while, as Illidan had a sense of humor and kept her in a jail cell too. During Burning Crusade, the player character releases her, and she assists in getting the raid into Black Temple, an act that leads to Illidan's death. Maiev follows this up with some more Watchers from back home and locks Illidan's body in the Vault of the Wardens for safekeeping, along with the rest of his demon hunters. Despite their previous rocky relationship, Tyrande allowed Maiev to return to Night Elven society to train up more Watchers, which was great given Tyrande killed most of them to begin with. However, Maiev got herself into some trouble when the Night Elves welcomed the Worgen into Darnassus, as well as the Highborn Mages. Now this bit takes place in the book Wolfheart, and is the reason why a lot of people think Maiev is crazy, but I'd like to argue that she's not. She's just exhibiting character traits we weren't made too clear about before. Think about this. She's the leader of a group of Watchers, created after the Night Elves banned magic. Her entire job is to keep crazy magic wielders out of Kalimdor so they don't have another War of the Ancients situation again. People forget that Illidan wasn't always a demon hunter. He was first and foremost a mage who was obsessed with becoming powerful. It's magic that she hates. Which then makes sense that she would kill the Highborn Mages and pin it on the Worgen. The Worgen are actually a druid form that Malfurion banned a long time ago, and the Gilneans got infected with it. It's a 2-for-1 in her mind of taking care of two major threats to Night Elven society that Malfurion, for some pants-on-head reason, is now okay with bringing back. Which is why she wanted to kill him too. Crazy at the time, but anyone who has played through Val-Shara is starting to think maybe she was onto something.
Where are you, Tyrande? I need you!
Maiev's brother Jared helps Malfurion stop her plans, and she runs off into the night, probably screaming something about traitors. She would next pop up before the events of Legion, teaming up with Khadgar in an attempt to stop Gul'dan. They were unable to stop him from opening the portal in the tomb of Sargeras, and she fled to do the one thing she probably hated herself for: release the demon hunters in the Vault of the Wardens. Gul'dan has stolen Illidan's body, and she pursued them across the Broken Isles, eventually getting herself imprisoned in Blackrook Hold. The player character freed her with the help of Maiev Shadowsong, and Maiev would go on to help at the Broken Shore after Illidan's resurrection. Despite their history of animosity, she worked together with Illidan against the Legion, though not without a lot of snark. Maiev is left in limbo after the Tomb of Sargeras is closed for good, and we don't hear her thoughts on Illidan choosing to stay behind as Sargeras' jailer. It's unlikely she would see the irony in it, perhaps thinking more of a good riddance. Luckily, she has plenty to do in the Nexus, bringing some signature abilities from both Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft to trap and hunt down groups of her foes. I feel the need to add a footnote here regarding the group that Maiev leads. You may notice I've been referring to them as the Watchers, while the dungeon is called the Vault of the Wardens, and the faction is called the Wardens. Truth be told, the waters got muddled along the way. The Watchers and the Wardens are two separate groups, but they're closely related. Maiev Shadowsong now leads a group that is either Watchers or related to the Watchers, and Warden is most definitely Maiev Shadowsong's title. Most likely the two names Wardens and Watchers got mixed up somewhere along the line, leading to the confusion. Given Watchers was the original one, I'm sticking to that one until a future definitive term is chosen. That footnote totally threw off the pacing of this video, so I'm not really sure how to end this now. I don't know, go look up Maiev plus Illidan on Google and see what I mean about the Tsundere stuff. And for the love of God, keep safe search on. Unless you're into that, then whatever. Thank you for watching The Frost Fables. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons, and take care, everybody.